Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching our earwax removal compilation video today. We have 3 patients in this compilation, 3 quite short ones. So this first patient here, you can see we've got this really, what looks like a really almost polished surface of this wax. So very smooth surface. You could see a couple of little hairs embedded in there as well. As we start to lift, you can really see those tiny hairs. Now these are probably from ear hair trims. This gent did have quite sort of hairy outer part of the ear canal, and it's not unusual when people trim their hair. Obviously the wax is designed to pick up any dirt and debris that's in the ear canal and migrate it out, so it's going to pick up any of those hair trimmings and carry those out of the ear canal as well. So you can see it's coming away really well. Now this is the standard size ulnar tube on top of here. Ear canal's wide enough to accommodate it, and it's all coming through very well. You can just see we're getting a little bit stuck right at the entrance to the canal, and that's not unusual because you've got to sort of bend the wax to get it out of the ear canal in some of these cases. But there we go, out that comes. You can see that plug looking really good there. Guys, don't forget, if you do enjoy these videos, you can always like, heart, follow, subscribe, share if you want to as well. But you can see the eardrum there looking really healthy. So all looking very good. Patient here is so much better. A couple of questions that came up in the comment section. Somebody asked what was the oldest patient we've got. I think I've got 2 patients in their hundreds that come through. Somebody asked quite a few questions in the comments, so I'll go through them. So they want to know the oldest patient, which was in their hundreds. What is the most frequent sort of length of time that we've got somebody coming through for wax removal? I've got one gent that has to come through every month to get their ears cleaned out, just because they produce so much wax and skin. Oh, what was the other one? Oh, do we ever see? We seem to be seeing lots of narrow ear canals. Do we see any big ones with loads and loads of wax in there? You do, but it just depends on what you get coming through on the day, really. So this second patient here, you can see is pretty blocked up in there. Stay tuned for the third patient here. We've got a lovely mastoid clearance for you later on, which I know you love, which tied in quite nicely with the big ear canal comment as well. So there we go. Seamless, look guys, seamless. So you can see it's coming away now. It's very sticky type of wax, this one. We've got the standard size ulnar tube on here, but you can see as I was bringing this out, we had to kind of wobble it back and forth, and so give it a bit of a wiggle. There we go again, just to try and tease this out of the ear canal entrance. It naturally wants to kind of stick to the skin of the ear canal, this particular consistency of wax, but it is coming away really nicely there. So have a look behind, still going. You can see a little strip of keratin, that's dry skin that's detached away from the canal wall there. That's been sort of wrapped around. Now I think last night's video we showed you one that had been sort of wrapped in a piece of keratin. It was just really didn't want to get out of the way so we could get the wax out. Not so bad in this one. We've got it coming down the canal. Whoops, almost lost my mouse then. It's going down the canal, but it is actually migrating out and not sort of trapping the wax behind it in this case. But look at the size of that plug. There you go. No, that was I think that was the last piece we took away. You can see very dark in color as well there. So you know, been in there a little while. Eardrum looking much better. So this is what we look like to start with. This is what it looks like afterwards. You can see very different ear canals. So there we go. There's the plug that we removed. So 2 centimeters. What's that? 3/4 of an inch. I can't remember whether I did the measurements on the first one. I don't think I talked straight over it answering you guys' questions. I think I can't remember whether it was well on there. But anyway. Centimetre and a half, 3/4 inch. So this is a lovely lady comes through about every 6 months just to have her mastoid cavity checked. Now people usually have to do this, most of the time, in fairness, this will get done on the NHS, but obviously with COVID and things like that still playing an effect on the waiting list here in the UK, some patients have come through, you know, to see private companies like us to get this out. But what we can see here, if you don't know what a mastoid cavity is, so I shouldn't just assume you guys know what it is. Sometimes if you get infection in the bone behind it, it's called the mastoid bone. It's like imagine like a honeycomb. We have a chocolate bar here in the UK called Aero. It's that kind of thing. Lots of bubbles on the inside, lots of spaces, and the infection can actually get into those spaces. It's very difficult to treat. So a lot of the time, if it's a recurring problem, or if they just can't seem to treat it, they'll actually remove the bone behind the ear. Well, don't forget, if you remove that bone, you're actually expanding the ear canal then, and that's what happens in this case. So we talk about that natural skin migration. But when you've got these sort of cavities, it doesn't always migrate out very well. And don't forget, as the skin gets older and detaches, it becomes keratin. It's not going to budge, and it's going to collect in those cavities. And that's what we're taking away here, is this layer of keratin we can see here. But you've always got to be careful with mastoid cavities, because there is a lot hiding away. My teeth there. I've already had one slip. My teeth this morning. You've got this sort of. A lot hides away in the cavities, so you've got to be really careful. You've got to really check in all those cavities. But you can see this layer of skin that's coming away and peeling away there, and you won't really be able to clearly define the eardrum. It's a really difficult one, but it's just, in your case, to the bottom right of the screen. You can't see it at the moment. This is actually the cavity we're looking in at the moment. If we go in next time, it's just the bottom right there. You'll just see the top of the eardrum, so you can imagine how big this is. But look at what hides away in these cavities. This is why it's always really, really important that you check these out. And you can see just how dry and tough that skin is. Don't forget, we talk about, as the skin migrates out, the keratin, the protein that's inside these skin cells, cause it to harden, and then what you've got then is this really tough old hard layer, like a very thin, almost leather. Or if you've ever had a pull on the side of your nail, that's the sort of, you feel like it goes quite hard there. That's the sort of consistency we're talking about, that kind of consistency there. So using the forceps a lot, difficult angle here because we're working inside the cavity. And don't forget, obviously, I'm restricted by the entrance to the canal. The ear canal itself in a mastoid cavity is quite large, but you're restricted by how much you can move by that entrance. You've really got to kind of get an angle on it. But look at all of that peeling away. That was hidden. You couldn't see that, first of all. And you can see the gradation of skin there from that real tough keratin or keratinized skin, if you like, at the top. And then it went all the way down to this much softer, fresher skin at the bottom. But that's looking a lot clearer. So there we go. This is what we removed. So 3 centimeters, 1¼ inches of skin, guys. Guys, don't forget, in the UK, actually, I don't know if it's in the US as well. It's bank holiday on Friday and Monday, so I won't be in work, so you might not get some videos. Depends on how much time, because I'm a little bit time starved at the moment. I'm really struggling to find time in clinics. It's super duper busy, but I will try and get some videos out for you. But guys, if I can't. I will try, but I can't promise it. The lovely Taylor Green, I'm really hoping me and him can get together again and do a voiceover soon. I know he's got a few videos there that he's prepared ready for you guys to voice over. Realistically, I don't think that's going to happen this week. Possibly next week, maybe. We'll see how that pans out. But thank you very much for watching our video today, guys. Don't forget, if you have any comments or questions, pop them into the comment section below. I won't get to answer all of them, but I'll just cherry pick a couple out of the comment section and try and answer them in the next video for you. But as always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye, everyone.